Feeling confused or frustrated printing your sewing patterns at home? Don't worry, I've helped hundreds of beginners master this technique using my foolproof checklist, which is exactly what I'm going to share with you right now so you can print your patterns perfectly every single time, even if this is your very first one. Now, the first thing we need to do is to download our pattern. Depending on where you bought your pattern, you might get an email like this, or like this, or you might have a website where you'll actually go and download your patterns. Now, once you click on the link, whether in the email or on the website, you are going to get a list of documents like this, okay? One is going to be the instructions, how you actually put this project together, and the other ones are going to be different options you have for printing your pattern. Now you'll see here A4 and letter. These are the most common sizes for printing at home and what I'll be showing you how to use today. But if you don't like having to piece together all these little pieces of paper, then you can actually take the A0 version to a big copy shop and have them print off big versions of this so you don't have to go through and assemble it yourself. But in this video, we're talking about how to assemble it. So open either A4 or a letter, depending on what size your printer uses. And when you open it, you're gonna wanna open it in Adobe Acrobat. If you don't have this, it is a free software. You can download it. I have a link in the description. And when you open it, you're going to see something like this. Now what we're looking for is a box with a number inside of it, like this, where it says 5 centimeters, but this can look a little bit different from pattern to pattern. So you might see it like this, or this. We just need a box with a specific measurement inside of it. The reason that we're looking for this is because we want to make sure the pattern is printed off at the exact right size. And this box is going to make sure that we do that. A quick note before we jump into the actual printing, if we look along the left side of Adobe Acrobat, some patterns will give you the option of layers. This means you can turn off any of the sizes that don't apply to you, meaning you have less lines to look at when you're trying to work with your pattern. It can make things really nice. Okay, so you can turn them off or on here. Now, for your print settings, when you open the menu, it's typically going to look like this. Most printers are set to fit. Now, if we use this, we are going to go up here to pages and we're going to select just one page, the page that has the square on it. Okay, print that off and then measure it. Make sure that box measures exactly what it says. If it's not exactly like you see here, this box is too big, that print setting doesn't work. Your pattern is going to print off too big and it's not going to fit the way you want. So we head back to print settings, and this time my most recommended most printers work with using this custom scale 100%. So we're going to try this again here. Print again, just one page. Don't forget, don't print the whole thing yet. Then once we print it and we check, perfect. It is exactly 5 centimeters. Now, once we are sure that the print settings are exactly what we want, we are going to print off the entire pattern. If for some reason your box is still not quite the right size, custom scale 100 actually allows you to change this number. So you can make this 101, 102, 99, 98, adjust this until that box is perfect. Once you have it the right size, we're going to print off the entire pattern. Perfect! You've nailed the first 2 steps of the checklist. Well, let's keep going. Now, step number 3 is going to be trimming the pattern. If we actually look at the first 2 pattern pieces right here, A1 and A2, we can see they have these black borders around the outside and they have these little triangles on the edges. These are used to line up your pattern pieces correctly, and they need to line up with each other. But you'll see right now I can't because there's this white border along the edge of the paper. So what we need to do is go through and trim off one short edge and one long edge. This is going to allow us to put those pieces together and line everything up perfectly. So you can chop off any sides that you want. I prefer to do the bottom and the right hand side. So again, one short, one long. So I'm going to go through and cut this off, and now you can see I can actually line these two pattern pieces up. So I'm just going to go through and cut off all the bottoms and all the rights on all the pattern pieces. Once those are all trimmed off, we can now start assembling. So we're going to take pattern piece 1 and 2 and line them up. Now, like I said, we're going to line up with those borders and with the triangles to make a nice diamond. But the most important thing here is the pattern piece itself, okay? So always make sure you're looking at the lines of the pattern as well. And an important note here about taping, I could tape up here, but can we see that there's no actual pattern piece up there? That's empty space that's going to be thrown away once I cut out my pattern. So there's no need to tape up there. Instead, make sure that you put your tape pieces at the edge of the pattern. When you don't tape these edges, it causes them to get creased and folded and torn really easily. So make sure you're always putting tape at those points. So we're just going to continue on along this row. Now, something interesting happens here when I get between pages A3 and A4. There is no pattern piece that crosses between these two pages. That means I don't actually have to tape them together. If we don't need to tape something, it's better not to, because the more and more pages we get, the harder it can be to get everything lined up perfectly. So keeping things as separate pieces when we can makes this process easier. Okay, so I'm actually not going to tape these together, and then I will continue A4 to A5, A5 to A6, and so on. Now, when I keep going, you'll see that after A7, I hit B1. When you hit a new letter, that's a new row. So now we're going to take B1, and we're going to put it below A1. Okay, patterns are not trying to confuse you. They're trying to make this as easy as possible. So each letter is a row and each number is a column. So all the ones will go first, the twos will go second. So they try to make this as easy for you as possible. Now, before we get into the last step of assembling the rest of your pattern, I just want to let you know this, how to assemble a pattern, is actually one of the steps inside of my Dream Dress Academy. It is a program that I put together to take you from absolute beginner through reading a sewing pattern and making a dress you absolutely love, all in just 8 weeks. So if that would help you out, check out the pinned comment below. Now, let's see how to start taping in and assembling the rest of your pattern. So as we move into the second row, we're going to use all the same things we already talked about. We're going to line up the borders, but this time the top and the bottom. We're going to make that diamond again, and we're going to pay special attention to the pattern lines themselves and make sure we're taping where the pattern edges are. And this, where we get to B2, is kind of where things get the hardest because we're trying to line things up on the top and on the side. So a good tip here is, again, focus on those pattern lines. Those are going to be the most important things to pay attention to. So when I put this in, I'm going to focus very much on this side, on the left-hand side, where all those lines are merging, and I'm going to tape that in place. Now, when I do that, I actually find that this tiny little piece in the corner doesn't line up like it should. So what I can do is actually cut these apart because they're different pattern pieces. So I can cut off this little triangle and I can tape it in exactly where it needs to be, okay? Because sometimes the papers just do not line up between pattern pieces. But remember, we're going to cut these all out separately anyway, so we can do that now to make this taping and assembling process easier. And we'll see as we move on to page B3 that the papers line up even less, okay? So I'm going to focus on the top edge because that's where most of the lines are that we need to get lined up. I'll line those up, tape it in place, and then we can see along this left-hand edge where B3 and B2 meet, those lines along the border do not line up, and that's okay, okay? The main concern here is the pattern piece not the pages. So don't stress yourself out if you can't get every single thing lined up. Make sure the pattern is lined up. If you do that, your pattern is going to turn out perfectly. Okay? So we're just going to continue this for the rest of the pattern. So if you have any other questions, let me know down below. I hope this video has been super helpful for you. And if you would like to join the Dream Dress Academy and make a dress you absolutely love in just 8 weeks, check out the pinned comment below. Until the next one, happy sewing!